And this is the video file. So snap, an object appears, snap again, and the object disappears. It's a very basic trick in DaVinci Resolve or other softwares. So let's see how we can do that in DaVinci Resolve. So I'll quickly close this, and I'll close this as well, and I'll create a new folder. So just click on here, you create a new folder, and you give the folder a name, or you can quickly create a project. I like putting these things in a project folder to keep things and the files organized. So what I'll do is open the Magic folder, and I'll create a new project, and I'll call that magic underscore snap underscore tut or tutorial. So I'll hit create. So now that I have that magic snap tutorial folder, I can now create a new project, and I'll call this one 01 magic underscore tut, just like that. And I'll hit create. And this should create a new project. What I'll do is to go to workspace, and I'll go to reset UI layout. So we have a blank empty project. The first thing I want to do is to import the video clip. So if you click the link in the description, it will take you to a Dropbox page. So I'll quickly minimize this because it's on Dropbox. I'm actually saving those files. And once you click the link, it's going to take you to the folder called Magic, like that. If I just click on that, you'll actually see a folder called Magic, called Media. And then in that Magic folder, there's a media file. So download that file, and then you can import the file to DaVinci Resolve. So I'll quickly close this. And so on Resolve, one quick way to do that is to just, when you're in the media section, just hit Control I, right? And I'll just quickly go to where I have that clip. So it's in my Blackmagic camera clips, and I called it Magic Media, and it's right here. So I'll click on that, and I'll open this file, and we can actually see we have that video file just in here, like that. And we don't have a timeline yet, so let's create a timeline object where we can add things like our videos, our transitions, and text and whatnot. So I'll right click on this and say create new timeline using the selected clip, and I'll hit create. So now I actually have a timeline. Now, this is a vertical video format, and it's bringing this in a horizontal format. If you want to set this to vertical video, click this gear icon at the bottom left, and over here where it says use vertical resolution, I think I should turn on G-Link so that I can quickly use annotations to show you where these things are. And let's do that. All right, cool. So basically, if I'm over here, and I'll just minimize this. Over here, we can see the gear icon. I'll just drag this to the side because it's, just put it up here. So you can see this gear icon. This is where you should click. So once you click on that gear icon, it should open up these settings. And once you have these settings open up, what I want to do is to go over here where it says use vertical resolution. All you're going to do is to click on that use vertical resolution, and you'll be good to go. So that's just what we need to do to actually use that. And it's, for some reason, it's not clearing the screen. So use vertical resolution and save that. You'd actually see you have a vertical resolution, and we can go to workspace and say single viewer mode. So because of that, it really messes up the space. So I'll just set this back to the turn off the vertical resolution so I can have a lot more space to work here. So what we'll start doing is just trimming off what we don't need. So if I put the playhead over here and just start dragging, so just right here where my hand is, so this section here, and I kind of notice it's a bit laggy. So let's just improve the performance. So the first thing to do is to go over here and set this timeline resolution to a HD resolution. That's the 1280 by 720 resolution. And then next we'll go over down here for the video resolution. We'll do the same thing. And then down here for our proxy media, we can set this to quarter, and I'll just hit save, and you should see some slight improvement. So here, I think I like this second take, just where my hand is about to, go up. I like this take. So what I'll do is just from right here, I'll hit Control and slash, that's the back slash, and I'll just delete this section here, and it's going to move everything, the timeline, to the left. And once I've done that, I can even get rid of the media pool because I don't need it. And what we can do is now just play the clip and see what we have here. So I have my hand opening up, snapping, and then I'm just waiting for a few seconds and I'm dropping the cup. So it's a single shot and I'm snapping my finger again. So I need to separate these clips. So to separate them, I'll just go back here and I'll just drag this quickly where I snap my finger and I'm holding it for a few seconds. Just when that snap is there, like that. So I like it from here, just where that snap is, like that. That's awesome. So I'll hit Control and backspace to slash that. And I'll just move a few frames where I have dropped the cup in my hand. So the cup is in my hand now. So now here's the thing. If we have it here, let's just play this again. If we have it here, we've snapped, and then we just want the cup to appear in my hand. So once I've snapped, I'll just go over here, just where the cup is, and I'll set my hand back in that up position. So I'll also use backslash to slash this section here. And this is the one I want here. So my hand is up like that. So what I'll do is select this clip and hit D to disable the clip. And I'll drag this bottom clip right at the top where it, kind of like ends here, like that. So if we play it now and open and snap, so you can see there's a slight delay. I don't want that delay. So what I'll do is just open this up a bit and let's go over here and take a look at it again. So let's play it from here. So good. So I've actually delayed a little bit here. Immediately I hear that snap, I want the next frame to come in. So, and this is how we can do it. We can just take this clip and drag this clip, or take this clip here, and then we'll just drag that back a little bit, like so. And we can drag this clip on the top. And let's play that again. There's still some slight delay, so we'll just zoom in, and just where we have that snap, now the sound effect of my finger snapping is really going to help here. So what I'll do is to go over here, and if we click on this and hold shift and drag it up, you can actually see the clicky sound like that. This is where the finger is snapping. So just right here where it snaps, that's why we're having that lag here. You can see that. If we play that again, there's a slight little lag. So what I'll do is to go over here and just drag this back a little bit, that, and we're in our maximum zoom now. And we can still drag this back a little bit, like so. And we can see there's a slight little problem there because there's a slight blink. So this needs to be on top, aligned on top. And let's now try playing that again. And let's just see how smooth that is. So I'll play this. All right, I think this is much better. Right, this is very good. This is much better. So again, that snap sound is what we're going to use to take advantage of this nice little effect. So now let's keep going. So I'll just hold shift with the middle mouse button to increase or decrease that. You can see that that's what the middle mouse button is doing. So we can keep going. So now that I have, basically snapped the finger and I have the cup, if we keep playing, you can actually see I'm just taking a sip here. Right, so when I'm done taking that sip and drop it, I'm going to snap again. So we have that snap sound again. So just where we have that snap sound, I'm going to hit Control and backspace to split the clip again. So now that we split that clip, let's keep going. We're almost done. It's a very simple effect. And we'll just keep going here till I drop the cup and I'm looking at my hands. So I like the fact that I'm looking at my hands now. So I'll go again and Control and backspace and, kind of like slip that. So let's play the effect and I'll click this so that we can have the entire frame view, and I'll hit L key. So you can see arms open, snap. We actually have that. So we take a sip of the coffee and we're going to snap. So immediately we snap, We don't want to see this, cup dropping and all that. We've already snapped our finger here. Cool. So what we'll do is to hit D to disable that clip. So once we've disabled that clip, we'll just go back up a bit. I'm just dragging this up so I can drag this and drag that to the top of this clip here where we're looking at our fingers. So we have our two clips here. They're here, but they're disabled, so we can't see them. So here, we'll just play this. I'll just drag this down so we can have a nice large view. Let's play this. Very nice, very smooth. And from here, what we can do is just trim off the other sections we don't need, like from here, like that. So I can just cut off this edge and I can either disable or delete. I'll just disable. And once I'm over here, I just want the video to fade out a little bit. So DaVinci Resolve has a nice little trick here. If I hold shift and drag this up, you can see some white little handles. If I drag that to the left a bit, it's going to fade this image. You can actually see that smooth fade. So, and we can just look at our entire effect like so. So this is going to be our in point and this is going to be our out point. So I'll just hit O at the ending and DaVinci Resolve is going to create an in and out point of our effect. So now if we play this, we just snapped our finger, cup appears, we take a sip of our drink, and once we've done that, we're just going to snap our finger again, and then the cup disappears. Now, one way to enhance this is to use a snap sound effect. Like that's going to really bump this up. But since we already have a nice little click, I'll go ahead and master that, sound over here. So let's go over here and let's just enhance this like that. And over here, we can right click on that and say normalize audio levels. I'll use true peak and hit normalize. And let's just listen to that. I'll just drag my volume up and listen to that. And once I'm done here, okay, cool. So let me do the same thing for this clip. Right click, go to normalize audio levels, true peak, normalize, and let's just hear that click once more. Okay, cool. All right, that's a very simple exercise you can actually use to create, fun things. And you can use this to do things like, you're walking through a door and then, you snap your finger and you disappear. You can just pause the video and then continue the recording and then undo the pause. You can do fun tricks like that. So let me know if you want me to create any other fun little tricks. And then finally, we want to export this so we can actually see it. The first thing I'll do before I export, and this is a bonus tutorial actually, is to just work on the colors. So I'll go to the color tab and I'll click on the clips here. So we can see our clip and it's already on the curves. I like using the curves. I'll click the scope and I'll click the waveform and I'll get rid of the color by clicking on this colorize. And I think it's an overall good clip. So I'll just dial down some of this and bump up down some of the shadows. And I'll turn this back to the wheels. So with the wheels for the lift, I'll just make this slightly cool. For the gamma, make that bright. And then for the gain, that's the highlights. I'll just push this here to have a nice little look. Nothing really serious. And that's it. I'm actually done with this grade. Now the cool thing is we can see that if I go over here to clips, on this clip, the colors are different from our initial, clip like that. So to fix that, I'll click on this, right click and say apply grade. Click on this, right click and say apply grade so that when we get back to our edit page, we can actually see we're applying that same grade to the entire clip. So that's how you can create a nice little effect. And then for the export options, let's go ahead and click on this. Now we've selected an in and out point, like so. Let's just play that again to make sure everything is okay here. Taking our sip. And then we're dropping the cup, snapping it, and it goes away. So let me just make sure that ending is accurate here. All right, cool. So we're good. All we need to do now is to go over here and I'll click on YouTube and I'll call that snap finger. Like so, I'll leave everything as it is by default, HD, and I'll add this to the render queue. It's going to ask me where I want to save this. I'll save it in my video files called snap finger and hit save. And all we need to do now, it says add a higher resolution. It says the selected render resolution is higher. So that means we need to change this back to our, I set it to 1280. I'll put this back to where it was. It was actually a 4K video. That's Ultra HD. I'll save that. And now if we try rendering to a lower resolution, it's not going to complain. So I'll click on YouTube again. I'll call this snap finger like so, and I'll click add to render queue, and I'll go to videos and click save. Now we can see that complaint is no longer there, and we can click on render all. And since this is such a short clip without any VFX, we can actually have that. You can see that clip. Right. So that's how we can create and render a nice little video. And once it's done, we'll just give it a few seconds and we can actually look for that file called snap finger in our videos. There you go. There's snap finger, and so cup appears, takes a sip like that, and then drops the cup and snaps, and then the scene changes. Very neat trick like that. So some tips I can give you is when you're doing this shot, try and use a tripod stabilizer to make sure the camera is not moving. And also, if you can have someone drop the object and swap the object, it's much more better. You can actually notice when I was changing the cups, I actually moved a bit, so it made it jiggly. So have someone hand you over the object and take the object from your hand. So that means the person will come into frame, drop the object, take the object, and go out of the frame. That is much more better. And see you guys in the next tutorial.